Hi MC, I really hope you don't mind me calling you that. It's definitely a very cool nickname. So first off, let me say I'm Mike DePasquale. I was definitely looking through your submission into Canada's Next Great Prime Minister contest, and let me first off commend you. It was very well put together, very well edited, a pleasure to watch. But when I started listening to the contents of your speech, I definitely had a few questions and concerns that definitely came to mind. And you're talking about history and the importance of Canadians knowing their nation's history. So let's take a rather major example and look at how Canadian youth currently know that topic. And I'm going to talk about World War II. And it's a sad truth that many young Canadians today don't actually know who Canada fought in World War II. And this was a war that involved obviously millions of Canadians, hundreds of thousands in direct casualties, whether that be death, physical impairment, or mental impairment. And really, this war changed all of Europe permanently and accelerated the end of British and French colonialism, to name just a few empires, and gave birth to the rise of dozens of independent states. And many of these independent states have gone on to alter the course of our world history subsequently. And really, as a case in point, I only need to cite Vietnam. So, while I learned much about Canadian inventions, which by and large we take for granted today, I can't help but consider the chocolate bar maybe pale in comparison to Leslie Beer Pearson's suggestion for an independent third-party peacekeeping force, especially when that peacekeeping force has involved thousands of Canadians all around the world and many different nations in previous generations. So while learning about the birth of Canadian-made, common-day, dare I say, trivial items is nice, do you think maybe you might be missing the mark a little bit by discussing inventions that really only involved a single Canadian inventor, and perhaps not talking about topics that really defined Canada? It's just my opinion, and I'm definitely looking forward to hearing yours on it. Oh, and one last thing. Dead white man history? While I can appreciate that our school texts are racially and sex heavy in favor of Caucasian males, and that I can tell you know a great deal of Canadian history and society, I would have expected someone with your, let's say, linguistic talents to make such a point less offensively and less bluntly than you were. And quite frankly, I did take offense. As soon as I read that, my immediate thoughts were of Wolfe, MacDonald, Bishop, Pearson, Garneau, and Trudeau, all important historical Canadians that all happen to be dead white people.